Hello, welcome to Business. The Ghana Tourism Authority says it has identified 33 tourism sites nationwide that require development. Acting Director of the authority, Akwesi Agyeman, tells Joy Business 3 sites have been identified in each region, with 3 other sites in Tema here in the Greater Accra region.
The recall will be more marketing, and so we are doing that. I mean, in terms of, for example, there are certain roadshows and fairs that we were not part of. I mean, we just came back from Lagos, where we had about 27 person delegation made up of tour operators, people in the industry. We all went to Lagos. We went to Togo, Benin, Lagos to network, to make sure that Ghana is put out there. We won the best stand at that Akwaba Fair in Lagos. Another team just came back from Zimbabwe, and also our stand was one of the most visited. And so we are doing a lot of marketing. We've all just set up a new digital unit to make sure that we are very active on social media. We've changed our web address. We have a new portal that is coming up. We are working on it, visitghana.com, all to market the country. But like you said, you market, you do all the marketing. If the people come and their service experience is not there, they will go and not come again. The word of mouth will not go. They will go and say, forget about that country, they're just making noise. And so at the back of it, we are doing some reinvestments. I mean, we've currently identified 33 sites working with GTDC, 3 per region. And in our case, we have 11 regions because Tema is classified as a region. And so 3 iconic sites per region to upgrade. Some of them may need hotels, some of them may need roads. And so to that extent, there's also an interministerial tourism committee that is looking at some of these things. Roads is part of it, foreign affairs is part of it, environment is part of it. Roads to sea, for example, currently the roads ministry will be doing their budget. They will not be thinking of tourist sites. But because of that committee, we have identified all the sites that are must-do roads. Kakum being one of them. It's almost near completion. If you go to Mole, for example, the roads have been done. If you go to other places, we need to make sure that the roads are up to a certain standard. And so that is one thing that we are doing from the policy point of view.
Some stakeholders in the housing sector are asking government to adopt energy-efficient systems in the construction of affordable housing units. But Business Development and Marketing Manager of Emerald Properties, Seroni Aiti Tete, tells Joy Business using energy-efficient materials will help reduce the cost of housing and also create jobs in the construction sector. He was speaking ahead of the maiden edition of the Green Building Summit underway in Accra.
The rate at which the market is right now, you need to invest in green technology or adopt green build methods. Why is green build method so important, and why is it relevant, and why is it the future? The other day I was speaking to someone, and it was very interesting to note that the indoor air quality is poorer than the air outside. Why is it so? Because there are volatile organic compounds emitting from the paints, from the finishes that we use for all the desks and tables in the offices and even the homes as well. You breathe in these chemicals, it gives you sinus issues, it gives you headaches, and usually people don't know that this is what is causing it. We are sick and we are unhealthy every day because of our environment. So on an individual level, green building is good for you. On the national level, when we begin to make all these energy savings, because what green buildings are, in the simplest terms, is a building that is energy and resource efficient. So the kind of blocks that you use to construct a building, they need not retain as much heat as the traditional blocks will retain, because when they retain as much heat, you use more power to power your ACs, you spend more on your energy bills. And then in putting up some of these buildings, we use too much water and we waste a lot of materials, thereby having a negative impact on the environment. So if environmental degradation keeps going on and on and on. So green building on all levels, on all fronts, is absolutely essential. It's the future. We need to spark that conversation. And that is why we decided as a company to come into partnership with GREEDA, which is the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, and then the main body overseeing green building in Ghana, that's the Ghana Green Building Council. We are doing this in conjunction with them, and tomorrow at the Africa Regent, we are sparking this conversation. We're hoping to sensitize all the key stakeholders in the industry, the engineers, the planners, the architects, and the real estate developers, to create awareness. Because there's this myth out there that going green is quite expensive. The least or the basic that a lot of people know is solar power, and it already scares people. But there are so many models and other opportunities that can be explored. So that is why we are sparking this conversation, to sensitize all the key players on different levels.
And that's it for business.